Hey Tribe, today we're going to give you 3 drills to help you improve your ground to standing and to do it without using your hands. So we're going to start off in the first one, which is going to be the easiest. Nadine's going to sit down on the ground. We're just going to have our butt sitting on the ground. We're going to have the knees up. All right, from this position, to get up off the ground without hands, we're just going to do a 90-90 with the hips. So Nadine's going to rotate one leg, the other legs, and then what we're going to do what we consider a hip sunrise, and we're going to rise up out of those hips. Then we're going to square off into that tall kneeling position. From here, we can go into a single leg lunge, and then we're going to be driving through that leg and the heel of the front leg and standing all the way up. And we're going to do that now from the front view. So I'm going to have Nadine face forward. She's just going to sit back into there. So the first thing that we want to do is just drop those legs both to the same direction. And what you see is her foot is a little bit aligned with that knee, with this parallel with her hips. She's going to squeeze the glutes, come up onto those knees. She's then going to swivel the leg back, bring them together into that tall kneeling position. Go right into that lunge. And then we're going to stand all the way back up. Awesome. We can practice this. I would do about 5 on each side for about 3 sets. Get that body moving. This is a good way to start. If you need to use the hands at this point, you can. So let's go back down into that 90 and 90. Sometimes we have a hard time even getting into this 90. Maybe your body is going to be shifted all the way. No, you can keep those legs back there. But your body might be shifted in this direction because we have tension in the hips. That's okay. But you put the hands down. We can help push yourself up into that tall kneeling position. That's usually the hardest part about this. And then with that lunge, do whatever you can. If you need to put a hand on the ground to push off, do that, or hand on the thigh. That's fine too. Use the hands as needed. The biggest thing is sometimes we're going into this and we're just trying to be like, can I get up there? Creating a lot of quick momentum, forcing our body forward. And when we do that, we can create big tension, big pull on the legs, and we're starting to feel pain. Anytime that we're doing these movements, we want to make sure that we can control that movement and that we don't feel any pain in them. So the next movement we're going to get into is going to be the reverse lunge sit back. So this is going to kind of take one leg out of it, of getting your butt from the ground into that kneeling position. A little bit tougher. So as always, we're going to start this one with our hands. First thing that we're going to do is just a reverse lunge. So she's going to step back and drop the knee down. She's going to swivel that back leg 90 degrees, the best that she can. And what I like to have people think about is that she is trying to take her glutes and sit on that heel in the back. You can put the hands down on the ground if you need. Support yourself. Good. From here, she's going to push this heel into the ground, which is going to recruit that hamstring. We're almost going to be trying to pull that way, but instead of the heel being pulled back, we're trying to pull that body forward in that process. Once again, for the 10th time, use your hands as needed. So she's going to use her hands and go nice and slow. Push yourself up while she pulls that leg into that lunge position, and then she can stand all the way up. Now, once we practice that, we feel good. We can do that without the hands. So we're going to do that same process. Just don't use the hands. From the reverse lunge, swivel, sit the glutes back to the heel. Once she sits the glutes back to the heel, she's then going to try and pull that body forward and come back up. Using your hands is not cheating. I just want to throw that out there too. Okay? Using your hands is not cheating. If we can go slow and we can feel the muscles actually working as we're coming up, that's building. You should feel unstable. You should feel like that there is a weakness. That's how you know we're attacking it. If we're creating a big momentum, can we show like a huge, like just rocking the body forward on these reverse lunge sit backs? If we're just rocking, like, yeah, cramming that body, we're skipping over the difficult part. Another thing that a lot of you will see is on the sit back, it's almost a collapse back. So you'll do the reverse lunge, swivel the leg, you go back halfway, and then your butt just collapses to the ground. Yeah, and then we're going to rock right out of that. That's good initially to make sure that we're aware of it, but if we do have that big crash down, we just want to go back into that position and use our hands kind of as our training wheels behind us and slowly lower ourselves down. And when we're lowering ourselves down, we're not just using the hands and thinking about the hands. As we're lowering ourselves down, we're putting the hands back. We're trying to think about the muscles we're using to sit back into that position and then slowly coming up. You will get a lot of strength, and it's also will help create more flexibility, stability, and balance into your body. After we feel like we've mastered those, and in general, same thing, I would do about 3 sets of 5 on each, taking them nice and slow, building that up until we can get out of those positions without using our hands. Once we have 3 sets of 5 on each side without using our hands, we can kind of move into this last squat, which is what we want to try and do. Good mobility she's going to have, active flexibility, and she's going to be able to sit all the way down and then put those feet down with a little bit of momentum coming up. But if you notice, she used a little momentum to lean forward, but she didn't use momentum to actually stand up. She stayed down there and tried to really use the strength of her legs and position of her body to help stand up. You can also do this with hands. So as you kind of sit down, put the hands where you need, push that body up, kind of drive that leg forward or drive that body forward. And what might also happen is as you're coming forward out of these is you might go to the point where we're rolling onto the toes. Can you kind of like over exaggerate? So you're almost rolling your body forward onto the toes to come back up. And that's okay. Once again, the big thing is there is no wrong position in this. There's just positions that are just more efficient and they feel better. Stay out of pain while you're doing this. Give these a shot. So if you like this video, go check out the other videos. We do post a new one every Monday for you guys, help give you the education on how to move properly, be more efficient, improve your workouts, live faster, longer, harder, run stronger, and everything else in between. If you like these videos, make sure you subscribe. We'll see you guys next week.